Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week.
Hi, I'm Wesley Ray, the Executive Director of BCAM TV, and this, of course, is Martha Konstandinidis, host of Braintree Today. Martha was an intern with us in 2017. In 2020, we hired Martha and created the show Braintree Today. Martha has hosted Braintree Today and informed Braintree residents for 5 years. Today's show will make 435 episodes. Today is bittersweet for us as we say goodbye to Martha. She has accepted a position with WJAR in Rhode Island as a field reporter. We are sad to see her go, but happy for her new opportunity. Thank you, Martha. For everything you have done, we wish you all the best.
And thank you, Wes. I can't say thank you enough. Thank you to Jerry Comic, thank you to Bill Needham, and everyone at BCAM TV. I'm so grateful for the opportunity here, and more than anything, thank you to the supporters who not only watch Braintree Today, but BCAM TV. You guys make it all worth it. So it's not goodbye, it's see you later, and thank you for trusting me reporting your news all these years. Thanks again.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. UK media are reporting that a British military instructor has been arrested in Ukraine for spying on behalf of Russia. The Times newspaper and several other outlets identified the man as 40-year-old Ross David Cutmore from Dunfermline. Cutmore arrived in Ukraine as a military instructor in 2024. Prosecutors allege he was subsequently approached by Russian intelligence officers in Odessa and given cash to provide details of Ukrainian military locations to Russia, according to the reports. Investigators were also probing whether Cutmore had helped distribute weapons used in the assassinations of Ukrainian activists and lawmakers. The Pentagon is now deploying to the Middle East new kamikaze drones copied from a widely used Iranian drone. The Defense Department on Wednesday announced Task Force Scorpion Strike, a squadron of low-cost drones built by an Arizona-based defense company, Spectre Works, as the U.S. military's first one-way attack drone unit based in the Middle East. Spectre's Worth designed the system by reverse engineering Iran's Shahed 136 drone, which has been used by Tehran and its associates to attack U.S. troops and commercial vessels across the Middle East, and by Russia to strike Ukrainian troops in cities. The move to base a squadron of one-way attack drones in the Middle East comes almost 2 years after an Iranian attack drone killed 3 U.S. soldiers when it struck an outpost in northern Jordan. It is a further sign that in the Middle East, where our enemies use cheap weapons to attack our troops, the Pentagon is moving away from expensive and complex systems that take years to reach the field. A U.S. Air Force Thunderbird F-16C Fighting Falcon crashed during a training mission late Wednesday morning in the Southern California desert, but the pilot safely ejected and was hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries, according to Nellis Air Force Base. Emergency crews responded around 10:45 a.m. to an aircraft down near Trona, an unincorporated Mojave Desert community about 180 miles north of Los Angeles. The Thunderbirds, the Air Force's elite aerial demonstration team, known for flying in tight, high-precision formations similar to the Navy's Blue Angels, released no details about what led to the crash, which remains under investigation by the 57th Wing. The area has seen military aviation accidents before, including a fatal Navy Super Hornet crash in 2022. Following a story we brought to you last time, a cheese recall is now expanding. 2 major cheese recalls are hitting store shelves nationwide, with one involving hundreds of thousands of bags of shredded mozzarella and multi-cheese blends, and the other targeting several grated Pecorino Romano brands. Great Lakes Cheese, an Ohio-based packager, pulled roughly 6 varieties of shredded cheese in early October after discovering possible metal fragments. And the FDA this week escalated the recall to a Class 2 risk, meaning the products could cause health problems. The cheeses, sold under dozens of brand names at retailers including Target, Walmart, Publix, and Aldi, were distributed to 31 states and Puerto Rico. Shoppers are urged to check the FDA's website for the full list of affected products and to stop using any recalled cheese immediately. The Oxford Dictionary has named rage bait its 2025 Word of the Year, reflecting the surge of online content deliberately designed to provoke outrage and boost engagement. Usage of the term has tripled over the past year, a trend Oxford says shows how quickly people are being pulled into polarized debates driven by social media algorithms and the addictive nature of anger-fueling posts. The choice underscores a broader pattern, as other major dictionaries also selected internet-related terms. Oxford says rage bait pairs with last year's winner, brain rot, a phrase capturing the mental drain of endless scrolling. To involve the public, Oxford shared parody videos of its shortlisted words, including orofarming and biohack. But it was the chaotic, tea-spilling, toenail-picking caricature of rage bait that ultimately captured the spotlight. Thanks for watching Braintree today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
Hi, I'm Tom Lyons, a retired captain from the Quincy Fire Department and the author of the book Fighting Fire, A Proactive Approach. Let's talk portable electric space heater safety. These heaters must not be left unattended. Place them on a stable base 3 feet from combustibles. Their use is not recommended within a bedroom, but if you must do so, place a smoke detector on the ceiling within the bedroom. Plug a portable space heater directly into the outlet, avoiding extension cords. Thus, do not use lamp cords or power strips for this purpose. Are portable, unvented propane and oil-filled heating appliances safe to use within a residence? No. Massachusetts prohibits their use. These heaters produce asphyxiant gases. These gases can render an occupant incapacitated or dead. Please consider your safety during these upcoming colder months. Thank you.
Welcome back. During Tuesday night's Town Council meeting, Councilor Shannon Hume offered some thoughtful remarks as she prepared to officially retire from the Town Council. Other councilors and community members listened as she reflected on her years of service, expressed gratitude for the opportunity to represent the town, and shared her hopes for its future. Here's more from Councilor Hume.
I'm stepping away from an elected position, which was not an easy decision for me. It is very bittersweet. However, I look forward to the 2 new councilors-elect, Ryan Sterling and Jimmy Diuti, taking office in January. I'm excited and confident they will bring new ideas and conversation to continue to make Braintree the best town it can be. And for BCAM, Bill Needham, Jerry Comic, and Wes Ray, thank you for always being ready and available to bring our meetings to our residents. You are an integral part of the success of town government. To all my friends who have supported me over the years and who have been there, I value and appreciate our friendship. And to my children who are here tonight, Connor, Emma, and Noel, and like my other son, Daryl, here as well. They were in preschool and elementary school when I started on the school committee, so they've grown up these last 18 years while I was in office. And I know it wasn't always easy on them, especially when they were teenagers and someone said, "Hey, I know your mom," and they'd make the face. Or when someone would say hi to them, "Hi Connor, hi Emma, hi Noel," and they had no idea who was saying hi to them, and they'd come home and say, "Somebody said hi to me." I said, "Well, who was it?" "I have no idea." I'd say, "Well, where were they?" Explain what they looked like. So, didn't always figure out who they were. And they didn't always like when I wouldn't let them go to places or do things because I was the rule follower. I didn't say it enough to you all, but thank you for always understanding when I had to go to a meeting or an event. Thank you for helping me with the many campaigns, fundraisers, sign holding, walking in the 4th of July parade, handing out candy, even when you didn't want to and I know you had something better to do. Thank you. Thank you for always having my back. And you know I love you more than anything. 18 years is a long time, but it's gone quickly. I'm proud of what we've accomplished, grateful for the trust you've placed in me, and deeply humbled by the opportunity to serve. Thank you for allowing me to serve the town of Braintree. It's truly been an honor. Thank you.
Also during the Town Council meeting, an update on property taxes took center stage. District 5 Town Councilor Meredith Berica shared new information on how residents may be able to reduce their tax bills and take advantage of available relief programs. Here's more from Councilor Berica.
And our property taxes make up more than 70% of the town's budget, as Councilor Reynolds alluded to. So what the council's voting on tonight is to provide, whether or not to provide tax relief to Braintree homeowners and small businesses by shifting a greater proportion of the tax burden onto our large commercial and industrial properties. I will be voting in favor of this tax shift, not only to make sure that Braintree homeowners are left with more money in their pockets next year, and as Director Esmond pointed out, it's going to add it's going to be a cost avoidance of about $1,500 on average for homeowners in Braintree. But also because I think, our large industries and our commercial businesses, they create a greater need for services such as roadway maintenance, intersection upgrades, increased traffic enforcement, all the things that councilors and all of us hear about all the time.
A local pup is making a big impact this holiday season. Zuko the Corgi just turned 4, and for his birthday he asked for one special gift, a pet supply drive to help his furry friends in need. The effort was a huge success, providing the Quincy Animal Shelter with enough donations to offer food and supplies to local pet owners who need a little extra help. Here's more from the pet supply drive.
We hosted a donation drive for the Quincy Animal Shelter in honor of Zuko's birthday. So Zuko is a 4-year-old corgi. He is our mascot. Since he's turning 4, we decided to do Paws for a Cause. So just getting supplies, food, donation items to donate to the Quincy Animal Shelter.
I am here at TLC Supply to pick up donations that the company has generously collected for us and for our animals.
I really like how it's brought the community together. So like our customers that have come in have noticed our donation drive and they've come back and donated to it. So it's just, it's for a great cause and we're happy to be a part of that.
As a shelter, we rely on public support. We don't get any federal or state funding. So it's very common for people to, bring in donations, but it really means a lot to us when the business community rallies around us and supports us, and, whether they collect it from their community or their employees, it really means a lot and it adds up and it helps our bottom line because that means that we don't have to, spend money to buy these things for the animals because, as you know, everything's really expensive right now. So this really helps and we really appreciate it.
The Quincy community is still very important to us. They kind of help build our business, so we wanted to give back to another local business as well. And the Quincy Animal Shelter does a great job. They're volunteer-led, a no-kill shelter, so it just felt like the right thing for us to do. So even though Zuko is not a shelter pet, he still represents the fun, love, and companionship that every pet deserves. So doing this event here is just our way of giving back to animals in need who are waiting for their forever home.
One of the things that we're working really hard to do is when the community gives to us, we try to give back in any way that we can. We have a food pantry. We have more opportunities for low-cost spay-neuter, so it's not just taking in animals and adopting them out. We're really trying to help others in the same way that people are helping us.
The Braintree Fire Department is now one of just 3 departments in Massachusetts to deploy a new high-heat fire hose designed to withstand extreme temperatures for more than just an hour. A major safety upgrade aimed at preventing the kind of burn-through that killed 2 Boston firefighters in 2014. Lieutenant Ed Walsh and firefighter Michael Kennedy died battling a Beacon Street blaze when their hose failed, a tragedy that spurred Kennedy's mother, Kathy Crosby Bell, to push for tougher standards and safe equipment through the Last Call Foundation. Last Call helped Braintree purchase the new Snap-Tight hose by matching city funds. In tests, it withstood temperatures above 700 degrees for an hour and 39 minutes without failing. Advocates say that's critical in fires that can reach 750 to 1,200 degrees, noting the hose not only delivers water but can also serve as a lifeline for firefighters trying to find their way out. Boston, Fall River, and now Braintree are the only communities using the new hose so far. Braintree is getting into the holiday spirit with Festive Friday, a ticketed night of food, music, and holiday cheer at Town Hall on Friday, December 5th at 7 p.m. For $25, guests can enjoy hot appetizers, live music, and a silent auction, plus a raffle featuring more than 50 themed and decorated trees donated by local businesses, organizations, and residents. The event will also include a cash bar with beer and wine provided by Widowmaker Brewing Company and Oakhome Brewing Company. Braintree is gearing up for its annual Braintree Christmas Party and Toy Drive on Wednesday, December 10th at 6:30 p.m. at Leo's Events and Restaurant. Hosted by the town of Braintree and the Marge Crispin Center, the celebration will bring the community together for a festive night of holiday fun while collecting new unwrapped toys for local families in need. Officials say it's a chance for residents to enjoy the season, support their neighbors, and help make the holiday a little brighter for Braintree children. The Braintree Senior Center is offering a full slate of weekly programs and special events for residents 60 years and older this December. Weekly offerings include daily fitness classes, men's coffee hour on Mondays, game day on Tuesdays, the Asian Outreach Group on Wednesdays, quilting and knitting on Thursdays, and movie day on Fridays. For one-day events, the center will have the Giving Tree available posted outside for residents until December 15th, a bus trip to Plain Ridge Casino on December 10th, a conversation with Mayor Joyce on December 15th, and a Therapy Gardens Tea Party on December 16th. To sign up for these events, contact the Braintree Senior Center at 781-848-1963. Thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
Hi, I'm Tom Lyons, a retired captain from the Quincy Fire Department and the author of the book Fighting Fire, A Proactive Approach. Do you know that electrical failures are the third leading cause of home fires? Cords and plugs led in this category, while extension cords dominated this category. To avoid these fires, plug heat-generated appliances directly into an outlet. Do not use power strips or extension cords on these appliances. Power strips are designed for use with electronics only. Do not put electrical cords underneath rugs or pinch behind furniture. Do not overload outlets. Charge laptops and phones on hard surfaces only. Finally, if an electrical device is not working as designed, it is time to repair it or replace it. Be conscious of your home environment and be safe, and thank you for doing so.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now let's get right into more stories. In Hull, one of coastal New England's most beloved holiday symbols is back at Mariners Park, a towering lobster trap tree built from 20 layers of traps stacked about 35 feet high. This year's display briefly featured a doorway so visitors could step inside and admire the lights, but Hull officials closed off access on Tuesday, December 2nd, putting up fencing and keep out signs after safety concerns were raised. Officials say the structure, built on town property by volunteer lobstermen, has blown over in past years, and he'd rather take criticism for limiting access than risk someone being hurt, especially with no one supervising the site. The tree near the Hull Yacht Club and Nantasket Beach Saltwater Club will remain up through mid-January and can still be enjoyed from the outside. More than 100 patients were evacuated from a Rockland nursing home Saturday afternoon after a 3-alarm fire filled the building with heavy smoke. The blaze broke out on the 3rd floor of the Webster Park Rehabilitation and Healthcare Center on Webster Street around 4 p.m. And while the sprinkler system kept the flames largely in check, Rockland Fire Chief Scott Duffy said the smoke conditions forced staff and firefighters to move all 102 residents. Nearly a dozen departments, including crews from Mansfield and Scituate, responded to help with the evacuation. No patients or firefighters were hurt. The fire started in a common area near the nurses' station, and the State Fire Marshal's office is investigating a possible electrical issue in the third-floor bathroom ceiling as the cause. In a statement, Webster Park thanked first responders and said residents are now temporarily being cared for at home or at other facilities. The holiday shopping season is getting a big boost in downtown Quincy as the Kilroy Square Holiday Market returns for 2025, bringing more than 100 local vendors to the heart of the city over 2 weekends. The outdoor market will run from December 5th through the 7th with hours from 2 to 8 p.m. on Fridays and 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. Shoppers can browse for unique, locally made gifts while enjoying live music from local artists, a variety of food trucks, a beer garden hosted by Widowmaker Brewing, and craft cocktails from Dottie's in Quincy. Fresh Christmas trees and wreaths will also be for sale, and organizers say the event is dog-friendly, inviting families to bring their pets along. The full vendor lineup is available online at kilroysquaremarkets.com. The city of Quincy will mark National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day with a ceremony aboard the historic USS Salem on December 7th at 10 a.m., honoring the 2,403 Americans killed in the 1941 attack and recognizing local veterans and their families. The event will include an honor guard, wreath laying, readings, and remarks from local officials, as well as a moment of silence and the playing of taps as the names of the fallen are remembered. Organizers say doors will open at 8:30 a.m. for coffee and conversation with area veterans before the formal program begins, inviting the public down to the Four River Shipyard to pay their respects and reflect on the sacrifice of our veterans. If you're unable to attend, it will be shown later on BCAM TV. Norfolk County Register of Deeds William P. O'Donnell is kicking off the registry's 18th annual U.S. Marine Corps Reserve Toys for Tots Drive. New unwrapped toys and games can be dropped off at the registry building at 649 High Street in Dedham, now through December 9th, with a donation bin available in the lobby on weekdays. O'Donnell praised the Marines for ensuring toys reach children in need and noted the program's 78-year history, which began in 1947 and has since delivered more than 708 million toys nationwide. O'Donnell encouraged residents to participate, reminding them that even a small gift can make a meaningful difference this holiday season. Thanks for watching Braintree today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment. Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now here are some new movies and shows that have been creating some social buzz. First, Avatar: Fire and Ash. A year after settling in with the McKenna clan, Jake and Natari's family grapples with grief after Nataeum's death. They encounter a new aggressive Na'vi tribe, the Manquin clan, also called the Ash People, led by the fiery tribe leader Varang, who has allied with Jake's enemy, Colonel Miles Quaritch, as the conflict on Pandora escalates to devastating consequences. With amazing, never-before-seen visual effects, if you're a fan of the Avatar series, make sure you see this fantasy masterpiece. The film stars Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang, and Kate Winslet. You can watch Avatar: Fire and Ash Friday, December 19th. Up next, Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair. Quentin Tarantino unites volumes 1 and 2 of his Kill Bill saga into a single unrated epic and complete with a new never-before-seen anime sequence. Uma Thurman stars as the bride left for dead after her former boss and lover, Bill, ambushes her wedding rehearsal, shooting her in the head and stealing her unborn child. To exact her vengeance, she must first hunt down the 4 remaining members of the deadly Viper assassination squad before confronting Bill himself. The film stars Uma Thurman, David Carradine, Lucy Liu, Vivica A. Fox, Daryl Hannah, and Michael Madsen. Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair is showing in theaters now. And finally, Stranger Things Season 5. Fans of the hit Netflix series Stranger Things is finally coming to an end with the release of its 5th season. After the events of the 4th season in the fall of 1987, the group seeks to find and kill Vecna after the rifts open in Hawkins. The mission becomes complicated when the military arrives in Hawkins and begins hunting Eleven. As the anniversary of Will Byers' disappearance approaches, the group must fight one last time against the new deadly threat. Volume 1 was released on November 26th, Volume 2 will be released on December 25th, and the finale will air December 31st. Starring Winona Ryder, David Harbour, Millie Bobby Brown, Finn Wolfhard, Gaten Matazzaro, Caleb McLaughlin, and Noah Schnapp. You can watch Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 1 on Netflix. That'll do it for news today. Don't forget Verizon customers can now watch BCAM TV in high definition on channel 2128 and on Comcast on channel 1073. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV.